From a young age, I was always curious about everything. I was always the kid asking why, asking how, constantly asking my teachers why things happened, how things happened, asking my parents, always wanting to know, always curious. As I grew older, that curiosity stayed with me, and I always wanted to know how things worked, how they operated. My mom says I used to take apart my toys with the screwdriver, take out the screws and study the components that made them, and then I'd put them back exactly how I found them. And yeah, I was always that kid, and as I was growing up, I was always one of the top students. That curiosity just drove me to knowledge, to try to learn as much as I could, as fast as I could, so I could know everything. And then kids started making fun of me for that, because I was always one of the teacher's favorite students, because I was always that kid at the front of the class, raising their hand, asking questions, wanting to know answers, always knowing answers, and it just, created a problem, and kids would pick on me because I was smart. I was the teacher's pet. So I started changing. I started hiding my curiosity. I started to be less of myself, to fit in, so I can have all these friends, which, looking back on it now, it's irrelevant, but at that age, 4th grade, 5th grade student, having a lot of friends was, made you cool, and I wanted to be that. So I dumbed myself down for a while, and I started, trying to fit in with the other kids. Obviously it didn't work. I was still, in a way, outcasted. I mean, I had friends, but it wasn't the same as everybody else. And then 6th grade, I'm still trying to see who is Nancy. And my teacher, my 6th grade English teacher, showed us this poem by Robert Frost called The Road Not Taken. And from the very first time I heard it, it hit me, and after analyzing and talking about it, my eyes kind of opened. And the meaning behind it, is the speaker is taking obviously the road not taken. It's in the title. And so there's two roads, one that's stepped on and so many people have traveled by, and then there's the other road. Not one step, not one leaf has been crushed. And that got me thinking about my life and about, my previous situation, and it really opened my eyes to realize that hiding who I was to fit in with these people that didn't matter in the first place was something really dumb on my part, because we're all individuals. We're all going to take our own road, and whether we take the road that everybody takes and everybody tries to fit into, or whether we're going to take the road that's scary, that's lonely, that not everybody decides to take. Decisions that we make are going to separate us, and we can't all be the same, although people try hard to fit in, when we should all not try and stand out. So that's what this poem taught me, to believe in myself more and trust that I'm my own person and my decisions are not going to be the same as everybody else, and that sometimes it's worth it not taking the road that everybody else takes. the road that is scary and can sometimes be lonely, but in the end takes us to greatness we could have never imagined. So, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in the yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where bent in the undergrowth, then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear, though I swore that the passing there had worn them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.